You're watching the SCAC Women's Basketball Media Days. It's day 4, and it's time to take a look into the Colorado College Women's Basketball Program. The Tigers are coming off a 10-17 season, 6-8 in SCAC play, a number 4 seed, and a trip all the way to the SCAC tournament semifinals. Tigers will be once again led by head coach Katherine Menendez, along with senior guard Casey Torbet. Coach Casey, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Coach, I'll begin with you now going into your 3rd year, coming off such a big step forward with your program a season ago. You return a ton of experience from that team. How has that changed kind of the way you go into preseason this year? Return 2 all-conference players, that big step forward. You're kind of getting your program and moving in the direction that you want with your fingerprints. How has that changed preseason for you this year?
It's honestly changed everything, and all credit to our players on that one. I mean, Casey and Peyton Kadich, our 2 seniors, really put together a fantastic preseason, and it was just a world of difference from the first day of practice this year. The intensity level, the skill development over the summer, the competitiveness, just the overall focus on getting better every day has been a really, really fun step. And I think all of that has so much to do with the fact that we emerged into a contender as a tournament team, and making the SCAC tournament last year was a huge step for us, and one that we really value, and we'll continue striving for more there.
Casey, Coach talked about your senior leadership. For you going into your final camp there at Colorado College, what's your mindset been as you enter your final camp? What's maybe been a little bit different from you and for you in terms of the role that you've taken on as a leader this season as a senior?
Yeah, so this definitely being my last year, I'm super excited just to leave my mark on the program and make sure that when I leave that the success still continues, and that all the hard work that Peyton and I have made as seniors through our freshman year all the way to now, that it is able to continue, and that this program is able to still be successful and even more successful. And so we did that by having a great preseason and having great practices right now, and we're excited to get going.
Coach, not only do you return a huge chunk of experience, you also bring in 4 new freshmen. Freshmen always add a unique energy when it comes to the beginning of a new season. What are the biggest challenges you face when trying to integrate newcomers into your program with the veteran leadership that you have, and what have you seen from your freshman group that has you excited going into the season?
Our freshmen are great. They've definitely done really well integrating, and I think our sophomores and juniors have definitely made a huge impact on them as well. And they've already been super great within our program, and are excited to see what they can bring.
And Coach, for you, just when you bring in this freshman group and you combine them with the veterans that you have on this team, what are the challenges you face? When you bring in the freshmen that have that unique energy and to them, what have you seen from that group that has you excited as well?
That's a great question. I don't know that it's been so much of a challenge as it has a really interesting fit of puzzle pieces. I think we have great personalities on our team, a really good convergence of skill sets, and if anything, I'm seeing that we have skill sets that are complementary to each other. If Casey's driving the lane, she can find one of our freshman shooters or one of our returners on the wing. They're able to make the pass and hit the cutters, and they're really stepping in pretty seamlessly in terms of what we're looking to do and be as a program. So I'm quite pleased.
Casey, for you, you're coming off a second-team All-SCAC performance from a season ago. You led the team with 14.2 points per game. That was top 5 in the league on 45.1% shooting. You played over 34 minutes a game, starting all 26 contests. What have you worked on specifically as a player individually over the course of the offseason to get yourself prepared and try to continue to improve as a basketball player?
I've definitely worked a lot on my outside game. I'm pretty strong on my inside game, and so having that second part of my outside game, I definitely worked really hard on that, and just being able to see more on the court, finding more shooters, finding better passes, just really looking at the details of my game, and having that transfer into practices and hopefully games.
Again, you're watching the SCAC Women's Basketball Media Days. It's day 4, and we're taking a look at the Colorado College Women's Basketball Program. We're joined by head coach Katherine Menendez, along with senior guard Casey Torbet. And Casey, this team, it took a huge step a season ago. You win 8 more games than the previous season. You get to the conference semifinals. You close out the year winning 3 of your final 5 and going 6-6 down the stretch after that 4-11 start. How much did the way last year end really boost this team's energy heading into your senior season this year? Is that something that you can kind of feel the momentum carry over into this year?
Yes, definitely. I think all of our wins towards the end and definitely making it to the conference made it seem so much more possible. It wasn't just something out there in the air that we could grab if we could, but now we are able to get there and we know we can do it, and so that just spiked the energy completely. And now we know that we can make it there, and that made us all the more energized to go even farther with it. So we're all super excited, and me included.
Coach, sort of piggybacking off that question, what did you see as the biggest difference in your group after that 4-11 start that really sort of helped turn the season around and give this team confidence into that second half of the year?
I think the biggest difference is exactly to echo Casey, the fact that they know they can do it and that it's not going to be okay to just do what we did last year that granted led to some success and improvement, but now it's like the bar raised, what do we do to push it even higher? And so it's that accountability and the expectations and still finding ways to have fun within it and remember why we're doing this, because we love the sport and they love each other, and it's just been a fun transition to see the culture be shifting.
Coach, defense and turnovers always very important. Your team last year allowing opponents nearly 69 points per game and a -5 turnover margin. How have you worked through the course of preseason to grow in both of those areas that will help this team this season?
Honestly, we are working to be extremely transition-oriented, and so it's a bit of a funny answer because I think sometimes you want to slow down and secure the ball more and be a lot more cautious, and we're really trying to go against the grain on that and really get the tempo up and learn how to work within that. It's going to be easier to rein it back than it is to move forward and ask for more in that, so we're starting strong, we're running hard, and we're going to see what it looks like.
And Casey, finally to wrap things up with you as you look ahead to this season and you've had those discussions with your teammates about some of the goals for this group, what have those discussions looked like and what will be key for this team to try and accomplish those goals this season?
I think a lot of those discussions are about how we can get better. Like, what can we do to go further than we did last year, and what is that going to look like? And I think we can expect a lot more transition from us this year and a lot more aggressiveness, and just the fight will never stop with us. So we're really excited.
And finally, Coach, with you, for those who are going to come out and support this women's basketball program, all the fans of the Tigers basketball, program this season, what can they expect to see? What do you hope really become characteristics of this group, really become a part of this group's DNA that just, regardless of the outcome, win or loss, the people that support this program can really bank on day in and day out with this team?
So our identity for the season is going to be founded in up-tempo offense. It's also going to be an aggressive defense, and it's the third part of our really identity statement that I think is the most important, and that's always together. So up-tempo offense, aggressive defense, always together, and I think that's what our fans are going to see, is that the team is competing with each other, for each other, and it's a group effort at all times. And I think that's a really fun kind of basketball to watch, because it doesn't matter who scores the point or who gives the pass. It's just there's a lot of genuine love for each other in this group, and it's been fun to coach.
The Colorado College women's basketball program. Again, the Tigers will be led heading into the season by head coach Katherine Menendez, along with senior guard Casey Torbet. Again, the Tigers open up the 2018-19 season November 16th when they take on Occidental. Coach, Casey, thanks so much for your time today, and best of luck as you head into the year.
Thank you.